Hello everybody, welcome back to Red Devils TV, the realest channel on YouTube. It's your Manchester United versus Brentford preview. Now I apologise for the lack of uploads. I've been incredibly ill. You can probably still hear it in my voice a little bit, but I'm feeling a bit better, so let's get this Brentford preview over and done with. But yes, so first of all, let's talk about Brentford. And right now, they're scoring goals for fun. Their most recent game before the international break, they scored 5 past Wolves and conceded 3. So that's the thing about Brentford. They're scoring goals for fun, but they're also conceding goals like the Titanic's leaking ship. It's absolutely all over the place for me, for Thomas Frank, and I think they're exactly where they deserve to be. But because of this 5-3 win against Wolves, a lot of fans are buzzing and Premier League fans are concerned about how good Brentford are. I think they're kind of overstimulating how good Brentford have actually been. I think that as well when you look at Chelsea when they scored 6 past Wolves. Wolves haven't been the team that everyone thought they would be this season. But no, with Brentford, obviously, they are a great side, and Thomas Frank has got them under a very comfortable and organised type team. But my only concern about Brentford is that, yes, they are very aggressive, but they do concede goals. So this is where I've kind of got a little bit of faith for Manchester United. Now, if you were to ask me right now, based on United's current performances, I'd say we're losing 2 or 3-1. But at the same time, we've had an international break. It's 3 o'clock kickoff. It's at Old Trafford. We've got the advantage here. And Brentford are only 2 points above us. Their 10th were 14th. I don't really want to be saying that out loud. But at the same time, I want to go to Old Trafford tomorrow and believe my team's going to win. Now, we have got a few injuries, but let's carry on by talking about Brentford first. And that is about Mbeumo, because he is class. 6 goals already this season. My argument was that Brentford probably going to dip down this season after Ivan Toney left to Saudi Arabia, and I thought that Brentford would have needed that talisman up front. But Mbeumo was proven to be that guy for Brentford, and there's the links of Thomas Frank coming to Manchester United to replace Erik ten Hag. And yes, he is a very underrated manager, I think, in the Premier League, but I've mentioned this multiple times on the channel, that United need to start searching for players that are big fishes in small ponds. And Mbeumo is definitely one of them players that deserves to take his next step. Now, is he a United quality player? Probably yes, because he looks better than any of our wingers at the moment. But at the same time, you've got Amad Diallo, you've got Garnacho, you've got Rashford. Would Mbeumo really fit that criteria? I mean, I'd have Mbeumo over Antony any day, and I feel like Man United might need a player like Mbeumo, that player in his mid to late 20s who can come in and do a job. Mbeumo is that player. He's got a Premier League experience. He's rapid. He's got that poacher's instinct, and that's quite rare to find nowadays, especially for a right-footed, right-sided winger. You don't really get them type of wingers anymore. It's all inverted wingers nowadays. So the fact that you've got a player with that much quality in that position, when United have got players like Antony, maybe that's a player that United could look at getting. That's just my opinion anyway. But obviously, as well, talking about Thomas Frank, would I have him at United? It's kind of hard because I feel like United need that manager with that standout name. Like, we need that manager who has won league titles, who has gone the extra distance, who has had experience in Europe. And Thomas Frank hasn't had that. So if he was appointed, I wouldn't be annoyed at it. I'd back him like I would with any manager, but it wouldn't be my preferred option. I feel like there's better options out there to go other than Thomas Frank. That's just my opinion. But anyway, let's talk about Man United. Currently, 7 players are out injured. I mean, you probably all know it anyway, but I believe it's Malacia, Yoro still, Luke Shaw, I'm not, who else is it? Excuse me. I'm not even too sure. Ugarte is out injured. Harry Maguire as well. I'm pretty sure there's one else missing, but I'm not too sure who it is. But I think that still means Erik ten Hag has got no excuses whatsoever not to win this game. We've not won a game since September 17th. That was the 7-0 win to Barnsley. United either drawn or lost every other single game since. Now, you might look at that as a positive, where you're looking at it like, right, well, think of it. We're not losing. We've lost 1 game, which was against Spurs, since that time. But the draws is what makes you drop down a lot in the table, because draws are what makes you not win championships. But who will be Man United's key player? And for me, it's got to be either Marcus Rashford or Andre Onana. Now, for me, Rashford's been our best attacker, and Onana, obviously our main goalkeeper, and is currently top or joint top of the Premier League with clean sheets. Not sure how with our current form, but at the same time, Onana has been very, very good this season. So he needs to have a very good performance, or Rashford needs to pull some out of his socks, because I just don't see any of our other forwards at the moment creating or making chances that Rashford can at the moment. And that's why when fans say Garnacho should be starting over Rashford, I disagree, because Rashford has that more experience and more quality than Garnacho still, in my opinion. And Garnacho is a very great prospect. But at the same time, I'd rather Marcus Rashford in my starting 11 on that left wing than Alejandro Garnacho, in my opinion. So my starting 11 would be probably Andre Onana in net, Diogo Dalot on that... No, I can't. But for me, this would be my predicted 11, and I'm going to go for Andre Onana in net, Lindelof at right back, De Ligt and Martinez as the centre-backs, but maybe you could throw in Johnny Evans, and then Dalot at left-back, because he's been playing that left-back position, or vice versa, swap Lindelof and Dalot the other way round. I'd say midfield, Casemiro and Eriksen, and then Bruno Fernandes through the middle. And then Garnacho on the right, or Ahmad on the right, Rashford on the left, and Højlund through the middle is my predicted 11. But yeah, I feel like that with that team, it's Mazraoui is currently out injured, and he did return to training, but I don't want to rush him back. But we'll see if Ten Hag does or not. Same with Garnacho and Ahmad. Ahmad's got an illness, and Garnacho didn't play for his international team, so we'll have to see fuck's sake. But we will have to see how it goes. And yeah, thank you for watching. Leave a like on the video, subscribe if you are new, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.